let's say you spend about $600 per quarter on your electricity bills. That's a pretty typical amount, pretty average amount for Sydney. Could be more, could be less, depending on, how much electricity is used in the home, how many people, whether it has gas or not, if it's using, if there's electric vehicles, or how much air conditioning is used. But let's just say 600 is an average, okay? 600 a quarter. So over a year, what's 600 times 4? 2400, right? Pretty simple math. Now, if we just take inflation out of the picture, then that'd be 24,000 over 10 years, right? But we have to add in inflation. So how much have electricity prices increased over the last 10 years? About 8% per year on average. But over the last 5 years, they've increased by about 11% per year. And over the last year, they increased by 25% because of removal of government subsidies, which were caused by which were introduced because of rising electricity costs, which were constantly caused by the war in Ukraine. And that was caused by how does the war in Ukraine connect up with rising electricity prices, you might wonder? Well, it's because you could say it's because wars cause inflation, but more broadly, like oil and gas prices tend to be linked strongly to inflation. And after Russia invaded Ukraine, then gas exports were restricted from Russia, and because gas is used in gas-fired power stations which creates electricity, that caused electricity prices to go up. So if we're more conservative though and say that electricity prices will increase by 8% annually like they have over the last 10 years, then if it's $600 quarterly bill on average, over 5 years that works out to be 14,000. Over 10, that's just under 35,000, okay? And then over 20 years, that's about just over 105,000, okay? And then the yearly bill, instead of being 2,400 in the first year, after 10 years, it would increase to, after 5 years, it would increase to 3,265. And after 10, 4,000, just under 4,800. And then after another 10 years, after year 20, 10,700. So roughly doubling every 10 years. Would you want to be forced to pay for rising electricity bills if you could lower them instead by having solar panels and batteries, or even eliminate them? Oh, and just so you know, it's like a fraction of the cost of 105,000, or even a fraction of, it's usually takes more like 4, 5, or 6 years if you have solar panels and batteries and switch to amber. It would take more like 7 or 8 years on a traditional electricity plan. So if you might be open to seeing how solar and batteries could help your home, feel free to leave the comment solar or battery in the comments below, and I'll send you a link to book a free discovery call with me. Take care.